Hey guys, so I finally got a chance to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I have to say, this game is pretty good. The last game I played had Ezio as the main character, so that's probably a bunch of games ago. I thought the Assassin's Creed games were starting to get a little stale, and the same formula that they were using was not really bringing me back to the games. Because Odyssey is apparently taking a step in a different direction, I was interested to see what the games had become. With that, here are a few of my impressions about the game thus far, and how, if any, the game has changed from the previous installments. The Assassin's Creed games that I've played have had some decent beginnings to their games, but I think this may be one of the best. You start the game on the verge of a battle as a commander against a massive army. It's not just any battle, however. It's the Battle of Thermopylae and you're the Spartan King Leonidas. If there's any way to get you hyped for what's to come, it's playing as the Spartan King in a massive battle. This kind of reminded me of getting to play as Darth Vader at the beginning of the Star Wars Force Unleashed games. Don't get me wrong, you're not force choking people or shooting lightning bolts from your fingertips, but you have high-level character with very powerful abilities on them. Much like that game, I'm guessing this is a move by the developers to give you a taste of what to expect later in the game. If nothing else, the nostalgia of getting to be a historical badass is enough to get me excited about what happens next. A new option that was added at least since the last Assassin's Creed game I've played is the option of choosing which character you'd like to play as. Your options are between Alexios and Cassandra, a brother and sister that descended from Spartans. Even though you only get the option between the two of them, this to me is a step in the right direction. Getting to choose the avatar I'll get to be experiencing the world with means a lot. The option does seem a little skewed in favor of Cassandra, however. Alexios looks like a man of the times, average build, kind of plain, and almost a little uninteresting. Cassandra, on the other hand, looks like someone who's been doing CrossFit for the past 10 years, and seems to have been getting nutrition on a level that would not be possible in that day and age. She seemed to me like a badass from the beginning, so the choice was clear. I like her character, but I do wish the male counterpart was a little more interesting, so I would want to try the other side of the story. The dialogue choices are also a new addition. Getting to decide how you will proceed through a quest or how people will perceive you by how you say things is a nice addition. I don't really choose the crass dialogue, but I do love to have the option. Some of the choices do feel like an illusion though. In some situations, a quest giver would offer you a quest that you may not want. For example, I was offered a quest to kill a general on another island. I wasn't particularly interested in doing that, and my character choices thus far would have reflected that. The dialogue options that I chose were all to not accept the mission, but the only option to end the dialogue is by accepting the mission. I understand that some missions must be done to move the story in a certain direction, but I'd rather not be deceived with a false option. I like the combat in this game, and it seems like there are multiple ways to approach it. The weird thing is, in the other games, being an assassin used to feel like your main role. So much so that it's in the title. Now, you're more of a mercenary or a warrior than an assassin. You can still assassinate people, but outright combat can be your first option rather than the last. I don't know how to feel about this. On the one hand, I like to have the option to deal with my enemies in whatever way that is the most convenient. On the other, this is still called an Assassin's Creed game and should probably focus on actual assassination. I don't know if the change is a good or bad thing, but it's definitely new for me in these games. You start the game on one of the islands of Kefalonia. One of the first things that I notice is how beautiful the water is in the game, and how well the interaction with it is done. Some other games have issues with flipping the screen back and forth between the surface view and the underwater. I haven't had that issue at all since the beginning of this game. There is also underwater treasure and an abundance of sea life. There are neighboring islands nearby, but it will probably be a long swim if you should try. There are also not so nice creatures in the water, including sharks, and one of my favorite features in this game is that sharks are not invincible killing machines meant to keep you in the play area, at least not this close to the islands and probably different in the open ocean. But you can actually pull out your bow and let them know how you feel about them coming after you. The close neighboring island isn't the only place you can go either. The map is actually massive, and there are several other land masses to visit. To get to them, you'll need a boat and a full crew to get you there. Fortunately, both are provided to you, and you'll get to sail the seas. The controls are a little confusing, and I do wish it was a little bit more laid out on what does what, but it is an enjoyable experience. I didn't play Black Flag, so this is the first time I get to do this in an Assassin's Creed game. The sailing on the beautiful sea filled with life and the singing crew really gives me a greater appreciation for this game and what's to come. So that was a little bit of what I got to experience in the latest Assassin's Creed game and how I feel about it so far. With the new design, new combat, and interesting characters that can make some choices that can affect the game, I think this is a game that I will have to invest a lot more time into. I don't know if the title of Assassin's Creed is still fitting though, since the game is such a different experience. I wonder if the title should be changed or maybe something else. This game seems like it could stand on its own without the attachment of being part of the Assassin's Creed series. Either way, this to me is still an enjoyable game with interesting characters and plenty of possibility for development. Odyssey is taking a step in the right direction in my opinion, and I can only hope the next games in this series will be even better. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video or thought it was helpful, please like and subscribe. I'm hopefully over being sick for a while and will be returning to the regular schedule, so there'll be a lot more videos to come. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.